Take a look at your screen. These images of a proposed sports complex in Virginia Beach are about to become a reality.
City Council voted 8-2 this evening in favor of moving forward with the multi-million-dollar project. 13 News Now reporter Chanu Her was there for the vote, and Chanu, a lot of people have strong opinions about this.
Well, yeah, absolutely, David and Regina. In fact, the public comments tonight were pretty evenly split. Some were for it, saying it's good for tourism, it's good for the city of Virginia Beach, it's good for the economy. But others were strongly against it, saying the price tag is too high and the city's priorities should be elsewhere. With an 8-2 vote, Virginia Beach City Council pushed forward the Sports Center project near the oceanfront. With it, a $68 million price tag. But before the vote, dozens voiced their opinions about the project, many of them for it.
The proposed addition of the sports complex fits perfectly in line with the city's objectives.
The RAC believes this project will be a wonderful, unique, and progressive enhancement to our oceanfront and assist in bringing more families and sports-related tourism in both the resort season and the shoulder seasons.
But just as passionate were those against it. They were unhappy about the cost because the project went from $40 million to $68 million after the plans showed an added indoor track and extra parking.
On surface, it sounds like a great deal, but it seems like an awful lot of money and an awful lot of chances to be taking.
I don't want anything in here that is going to raise the taxes anymore.
But to balance the two sides, there were some like David Nygaard, a Virginia Beach resident who is also running for city council. He says the sports arena in the big picture is great for the city and tourism, although he is concerned about the price jump, but thinks there should be more to this discussion.
We do have some serious issues at the oceanfront in terms of safety, some of the shootings, some of the other issues. I mentioned the human trafficking issue, and I think we need to apply resources to that. And when we do big projects, I think public safety needs to be part of the conversation.
All right, and so like we mentioned, it was passed 8-2. Councilman John Moss and Councilwoman Jessica Abbott voted against this. Now, with this passed, they will start clearing this site for construction starting next month. Live in Virginia Beach, Chanu Her, 13 News Now.